We're going to move on to something that I'm really excited about. I've had a look at these guitars and they're super cool. It is the Fender Parallel Universe instruments. Let's head over in that direction.
Parallel Universe is a collection of 11 models that you can find at Cream City Music. They're going to ship one a month starting in March. So it'll be March through the end of December will give us 11 different models. And the idea was that we wanted to continue on with our, Fender had done some 10 for 15 guitars, some exotic wood guitars. This is this year's version of a guitar that you can only get this year. And you can see this particular model has got Stratocaster electronics and a Stratocaster tremolo system along with the angled jack plate on a Telecaster body with a Stratocaster neck. So it's 100% Fender, but it's almost like we took the Fender designs, put them in a blender and hit puree, and then poured out something that would possibly found in a parallel universe.
Yeah.
Not unlike something you'd find on Earth.
And I mean, it's so cool. You take a look at something like this, so you've got a Nashville style Telecaster, which is one of the most popular styles of Telecaster. But here you got your standard Tele, but you drop an HSS in here configuration. So your humbucker and the bridge, and this awesome, you've got your Strat pickup here, kicked up in this manner. This is going to be a really versatile Tele in terms of tonal capability. I really like the concept of this. I think a lot of the Nashville style players are going to dig that as well.
Brian, this is an interesting finish called an aged cherry sunburst finish, and you can see it's not relic, but it's got a certain vibe about it. And of course, you're going to have a 5-position toggle switch with those 3 pickups.
I think something that's really neat here, and this might not pick up on the camera as well for y'all, but check out the contour on this. You've got a Strat body contour to this guitar, and that, again, a really, really unique piece.
That is our Elite Nashville Telecaster. Here is something similar to what we saw in the Strat-Tele Hybrid, but with a Jazzmaster with a bound fingerboard, rosewood fingerboards, of course. Look at the beautiful rosewood on that.
Yeah, that figuring is awesome.
Parchment guard, parchment pickup covers, and the matching knobs, the witch hat knobs. And the placement of the vibrato is exactly authentic to a 60s Jazzmaster.
So you're looking at a Tele style body with Jazzmaster type of appointments and pickups and trem. That's a really cool thing. And we've got 2 different colors too. You've got the 2 color sunburst as well as the surf green.
Brian, this is something else that Fender learned, is that we're using a Mustang type bridge that has actually got brass saddles.
So brass saddles, okay.
Instead of the threaded ones that you would see on a 60s Jazzmaster.
Sure, and why was that?
Those were fine in the 50s and 60s for gentle strumming, but with more aggressive picking, we wanted to have the bridge be absolutely rock solid, so your strings would never come off the bridge. There's your 2-tone sunburst, and there is your surf green.
That is a very cool thing. Now we're really digging the limited edition Troublemaker Tele. I mean, this is awesome. Some of the things that really catch me right away are this roasted headstock, the color, the pickup configuration.
This is called Ice Blue Metallic, Brian.
Yeah, this is awesome. Tell us about this guitar, Paul.
This guitar has got a mahogany back and a mahogany neck.
So mahogany back and mahogany neck, which is not a commonality to find on a Fender piece.
You'd usually find alder on this type of guitar. The color is ice blue metallic, as I mentioned a moment ago. It's got a 2-pneumatic bridge with a stop tail, and individual volume and tones for each one of the Fender wide range pickups. So, and a unique guard. This is also bound just on the top. Beautiful rosewood neck with the pearloid inlays.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just a cool piece through and through.
That is the Troublemaker in ice blue, and this is the Troublemaker in iced tea burst. Same guitar, but now you have 2 choices of colors.
Yeah, I really like the vibe of this too. This has a very rustic feel to it, a very rustic look to it. Just an entirely different vibe. I love the figuring on it, and the weight. Again, the weight on these instruments is really, really good.
This is a guitar that seems like a novelty, and it is indeed bound to be an instant collector's item, but this is a professional grade instrument that's meant to be used on stage and in the studio. This is going to sound fantastic, and it's going to be something that, as a 1 year only available guitar, that you're going to want to own it. Very, very nice investment.
So now we're going to get to one that really has generated some interest. I saw somebody on the Facebook feed already, all caps, Meteora. Let's check this out. I mean, I've been a Fender fan for many years. Fender's my favorite brand as one of the owners of the shop, so it's why we carry a lot of Fender. I gotta say, this is wild. This is absolutely wild. This body style, this look, this vibe. I love the block inlays on here. Paul, what the heck is the story of the Meteora?
This is one of the first original design guitars that Fender has come out with in possibly decades, not counting a couple of limited editions. It's obviously based on a 51 Telecaster. This is an edgy looking offset guitar. We would actually call it physically an offset guitar with Telecaster features. You can see the 3-position toggle, the Telecaster pickups, the 3 brass saddles that are compensated, and then this is a very interesting ashtray bridge that can be removed for palm muting if you want to. But if you want a palm mute, you can just leave it on there for a beautiful aesthetic. The dome knobs, the black pickguard really matches nicely with the black block inlays, and that beautiful maple neck is going to give you that nice snappy tone, along with the ash body, which is a classic Telecaster build-out. This is one you're definitely not going to pass up, and this will be available at Cream City Music.
The collectability is serious on this guitar, because once they're gone, and that's the really cool thing about these yearly limited editions. This is one that we're going to go wild with. It's a really cool piece. I personally can't wait to get them into the shop. We're in love. I mean, I love the 50s space age vibe here.
Yes.
This really captures that era, 50s, 60s, you know, what the future was going to be like.
Precisely.
That space age vibe is so neat, and even down to the name Meteora, it captures that in spades. So, huge fan. I'm gonna hang this back up and we'll keep on going.
Fender is always about fun, and this is truly a fun design, but again, meant to be used stage and studio, completely original professional instrument. Brian is now holding the limited edition Tele Thin Line Super Deluxe. This is a thin line Stratocaster with TV Jones pickups in it, and it's got your typical Telecaster bridge. The sparkle pickguard offsets. It's got the white binding, which also offsets the binding on the body. This is through the body string orientation, just like you want on your Telecaster. Rosewood fingerboard block inlays, and let's come out and say it, we're paying homage to a Gretsch type of guitar. So this is truly a very interesting hybrid that is going to give you a tone that nobody else has.
You've got the TV Jones pickups in here. And do you know what TV Jones these are, Paul? Yeah, TV Jones Classics.
There you go.
Okay, so just a little bit of backstory for everyone at Cream City. Fender's done guitars like this similarly before. They've done a black version of this guitar.
That's right.
And I know that there was another color revision of it.
White.
Yep, so a white one. I can tell you from our personal experience, when we've had these guitars in the shop, we've sold them right away, and what's very cool is if you're looking for a guitar that's got a Fender tone and a Fender heritage, but a very unique Fender sound, these really hit the mark. And what's great to see is the upgrade to the TV Jones Classics in here. This is going to be a guitar that spanks through and through. Love the block inlays. Again, they've done variants of this, so if you think you know what this guitar is like based on the other ones, it's going to get even better with the addition of the TV Jones Classics. Personally, I love the creamsicle orange color. It's a bold, bold statement. What is Fender's official color name for this, Paul?
The official color is orange.
Orange. So there you have it. Just straight up orange. Love it though. Very cool thing. I'm going to move on to something else that's blowing my mind here.
Parallel Universe has been a sensation because it's been so edgy, but here we have two classic designs that come together in a way that has truly almost created a new classic. You've got a Stratocaster body with a Telecaster pickguard, Telecaster pickups, tone controls. You've got the best of both worlds here, and aesthetically, and this is also an ash body, as you can see by the very pronounced figuring. This is something that is going to be like the Swiss Army knife of Fender guitars, where you can get all of the feel and look of a Stratocaster with a Telecaster setup.
Awesome. So again, really cool. Love this piece. One of my favorites that I've seen here at the booth. We'll have these. And Paul, tell us a little bit about when these pieces are going to be shipping just before we wrap up here.
Well, in the order that we've seen them, we're going to start shipping these to our dealers in March. So March through December. And we're saving perhaps the best for last.
Wow. Now this is just a mind blower. We've got a Jaguar Strat. So if you love the Strat feel, but you love the tonal versatility that you get out of the Jaguar, wow. I mean, this is rolling. We're talking 9.5-inch radius. Paul, scale length on this. Do they go with Strat or Jaguar scale length here?
We went Stratocaster on this, so this is 25.5-inch scale length, as opposed to the Jaguar 24-inch scale length.
Yeah, so
and that's going to make it sound and feel like a Stratocaster. And that's probably the most wild of all of the designs, not counting the Meteora.
Right.
That's an instant collector's item, people.
Just a very cool piece, and again, going to be so versatile. We're going to close the door with just one more piece, and certainly last but not least, because of the fact that I'm a bass player, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Limited edition 51 Telecaster bass. I love it in every way. I've always loved the Tele bass shape. I've always loved the Tele bass look. P pickups, J in the bridge, concentric knob controls here. Really great weight. Just a classic look, a classic vibe. Ash body, something totally different for a bass player. Great tonal versatility. You're going to stand out with this one, and I'm feeling the vibe through and through. And Paul, are all of these models going to have the same pricing, or is pricing going to be different across each model?
These models carry a MAP price in the United States of $19.99. All these guitars and basses are made in USA, and Fender was able to do some things like incorporate the high mass bridge onto the guitar, a P-bass pickup setup and a jazz bass pickup setup. And if you have ever played a 50s P-bass, you know that this neck is like half a telephone pole. That's going to give you really, really solid fingering and solid noting, even at the highest volumes. So it's got the big 50s neck. This is one that you're going to be able to basically bulldoze any tone that you need with this baby.
Yeah.
Very versatile with the P-bass and the jazz bass and the ability to dial in your sound. You can tailor any sound you like, and the sustain is amazing on this